Hi everybody, it's Lee Foster here, the real business connector, and welcome to my first in a long time live stream. This is me putting it out there, I thought, on LinkedIn and on my YouTube channel of my 7 steps, or Lee's 7 sales moments, or 7 steps sales moment. I'm going to be sharing with you some insights into my 7 steps of effective selling, but also sharing with you some of my 7 steps to business development. And tonight, I thought I'd give this a try for a change. And if you want to, in the chat area, if you're watching me on LinkedIn or on YouTube, especially on LinkedIn, you can drop a question. You can drop any feedback, any thoughts that you've got into the chat area or the comments, and I should see it on screen for me as well. So if you are watching, please let me know you're jumping on. You can see me, you can hear me. Hopefully that's okay. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to put it on there. Okay, for tonight, I wanted to share with you all the calm method. And what I mean by the calm method is that objections are actually opportunities for you to take advantage of, for you to identify and take advantage of the next step with your clients and with your new connections. I think there's a lot of people out there at the moment, they have the biggest objective of asking for the business. Thanks, Brent. Just seen Brent just jump on there now. So thanks, Brent. These 7 steps are something that I'm sharing now in my in-person branch meetings across Scotland. And this month for August, I've been sharing everything about knowing your ideal customer. And if you want to find out more about Revitalize and what we're doing in person, please feel free to check out the website, revitalizenetworking.online. So, a quick reflection for you to think about at the moment. Most people feel very uncomfortable. Do you feel uncomfortable at the moment when you're searching or getting into that stage of objection handling with your clients? And when you're trying to qualify the questions, etc. as well? Most people do, but they try to move too quickly. Are you one of those who move far too quickly to the next stage? Or do you sometimes feel that when you try to stop the objective happening or the objection, you try to drop your price down? Have you all been there before? You drop the price. You think, if I drop the price, they should agree to it. Now, sometimes when you drop the price down, is that reflecting the value that you bring to the table? Or is it dropping your value of expertise that you bring to the table? Do you also talk to convince people far too much? Now, we all get in that stage, don't we? Try to talk through the sale, or we try to yabba too much, yabba, blabble, whatever it might be. You're trying to convince the person who you're talking to take the product or the service from you. Now, the product and the service, just something for you to think about the moment before I delve into this last little part of reflection, is that many people are trying to sell the product. They're trying to sell the service. It's actually not about the service and the product that you're selling. It's more really about the actual solution that you bring to the table. You're bringing something to the table that they're going to not really have an objection with. They're going to be something that this solution fixes what they're looking for, the challenge that they may have. They're trying to make sure that this piece of the puzzle fixes what they're looking for. They may have a challenge in their business right now, but what do you bring to the table as a solution? I would like you to talk more about the solution than the product or service. If you were taking a trip somewhere, you wouldn't talk about the car. You would talk about the destination that you're going to, what they're going to feel like, how it's going to react to their business, how it's going to make their business even better. And a lot of people with reflection avoid following up to ask the question. Are you one of those? So the question for you, if you're watching and listening to me just now, and I've had a bit of coffee, so I'm going to slow myself down a bit, okay? Is that, number one, do you feel uncomfortable when it comes to objection handling? Do you feel like you have to drop the price as part of that? Do you feel you have to move on far too quickly in what you're offering to get to the solution part or get the deal? Do you talk more to convince your clients to take what you're selling to them? Or do you avoid following up with them? Maybe a day or so later to ask them, are they ready to go to the next step? Yes or no? Something for you to think about there to start with. Second one I'd like to offer you all this afternoon before we get to the calm method, everybody. You reframe the objection. Objections aren't rejections, by the way. Let me just stress that again. Objections aren't rejections. They're actual signals in your sales process, in your sales pipeline. Now, when you start looking at them as signals, that makes your life a lot easier, because when you're delving into the conversation and having that real in-depth chat and identifying what they're looking for, and as we like to call it, the qualifying questions, literally just having a conversation. When you have that conversation, identify a lot better, it brings it out a bit further. What actually happens is you start identifying the signals of what they want to do to the next stage, what they're looking for, how you can help them. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to give them the decision making, but identify how you can take them over the next line and how you can support them to the next level. Now, what might objections usually actually mean in your conversation is, number one, if someone's got an objection with you in sales, it's the lack of clarity that's in there. You haven't clarified between the conversation of what you're looking for. The second part is a timing concern. They're not ready just yet, but they may be ready later on, or you might have not asked that question. Are you ready to go ahead with the next stage? If you're happy with the solution that I'm offering, are you happy to move to the next stage? Let's get it done. The other part is the fit concern. Some of you might not know what I mean by that though. Is it fitting what their needs and wants are in their business? Or is it the solution they're looking for? And here's a good one. Lack of trust. Trust is a mega component to any sales process. A connection, let me just put this on the table here, right? They might be at the right place at the right time. You are the goose with the golden egg, and they pick up the opportunity from you straight away. They haven't really got to know you that well probably yet. Now, if you're just watching this at the minute, please, if you hear anything of interest, drop it into the comment boxes for me, because I do see it on LinkedIn, by the way. If you've got anything you want to add on that, just drop it in there. But you need to build the trust. Your reputation is key. They've got to have confidence in you as an individual. And that's what you're trying to convert that conversation into a trust level that they're really understanding, and you're understanding active listening skills of how you can help them through the next process. But here's another one. It could be a budget concern. It could be price. Do you ever feel that you're frightened to ask about price? Sometimes that's usually the best qualifying question you can have in your kit bag, right? And literally say to them, so what budget have you got for your marketing spend at the moment? What budget do we need to stick to? It was something when I was in car sales, I never really delved into till later on, but I used to approach it at that point and say, listen, where are you looking to be every single month? What is your budget that you want to spend on this vehicle? Before I even got to that, I qualified my clients walking into a showroom, walking into the forecourt. I really got to know them really well. Now in sales one-on-one, if you're in travel, if you're sort of advising, consulting, you're really trying to find out what you're trying to fix for them. For example, if I showed you on car sales, which is objection handling, and also in the travel sales I've been in for many years, price point comes up. But if you're qualifying them all the way through, when you get to the price point, you've just literally qualified everything and you've justified what they're looking for. They've got a budget they want to talk about, but sometimes there may be a budget concern they want to really approach into. So think about that, reframing the objection that's in there, because the objection that you've got is the opportunity to take it to the next level. So is it lack of clarity? Is it the timing concern? Is it the fit that they're looking for their business? Is it the lack of trust? You've got to really approach that through building the confidence in them. Or is it the budget concern? And don't be shy to ask what their budget is. Okay, now here's the calm method for you, right? Will help you many times when you get the scenario. If you want a copy of this, all I want you to do is message me separately on LinkedIn, and I'll send you over a sheet, which is my cheat sheet, my worksheet, and you'll get hold of that, and it's got all the information on there for you as well. So if you want a copy of that, just message me and I can ping that through to you individually as well. Okay. Number one, C, clarify. Clarify is really important on this side of it. The reason why is that, let me put it this way. Help me understand what is holding you back right now. Great question to ask somebody. Help me understand what is holding you back right now. You're now starting to clarify for that customer or that client or that connection where they want to go to next. Clarification, active listening skills, responding, and helping them make that decision. Second, the A, acknowledge, acknowledgement. So here's what I'd like you to share with somebody. I completely understand why you'd feel that way. In a scenario, it might be, I completely understand why you feel that way because it's not the right budget you're looking for. But if we got to the right stage you are you happy to move to the next level? So it's understanding, getting that balance right between them in sales. L, the link to the value. And what we're getting with this one is that it's exactly why this approach works because of X. That's exactly why this approach to your business for lead generation works extremely well, because it will generate this for you. Would that make sense to help you with your business, to help you with your company, to help you with your sales team? If it's a client, that's exactly why this approach helps or works, because of this. That's the link to value, the L. So we've done C, A, and L. Yep, I can spell. Thanks very much, everybody. Fourth part, M. Moving forward. Move forward with the sale. Here it comes. Would it help if we discuss that a little bit further to identify some areas that you want clarification on? Would it help if we discussed the product even further to identify it's a solution that you need for your business? Would it help if we discussed the service and broke it down into bite-sized chunks to find out its right fit for you? Would it help shows that you're actually understanding? Would it help shows that you've got active listening skills and you can delve into that qualification round that helps them? Now, best way to do this is do a practice scenario with yourself and apply the calm to it. And I want you to think of any situation you got right now in regards to an objective, an objection, an objective you want to achieve, an objection that you've had given to you when you've been in that sales moment. But as I said early on, you need to think about not just the product and service that you bring at the table, think about the solution that you're offering to them. It was a great sort of overview I heard the other day, and it was sort of talking about travel. I love this, and I'm gonna share this with you. What I heard, right, is that if you were going overseas to a lovely destination, would you talk about the transport that's going to take you there? You wouldn't, would you? If you walked into a travel agent's, they wouldn't tell you about the plane or the boat, as majority, the boat or the cruise ship you're going on, except if it's got experiences on there, but they wouldn't tell you about, it's got a lovely seat, you've got lighting, you get your food, you get your entertainment, and it's going to take you to X. You would actually talk about the destination, wonderful beaches, perfect resorts, fantastic meals, great experience, great atmosphere. You start painting the picture about them when they're going to be there on holiday, because that's what they saved up all their money for. When you talk about a house, you talk about the environment, the scenario, the situations, sorry, the where it's based, etc. And you delve into a bit further. So it's a solution, not what's taking you there. So practice a scenario when you get the chance, and then drop in the C for clarify, acknowledgement, link to value, and then drop it in to move forward as well. Now, here's a challenge for you as I wrap up now. I said about 10 to 15 minutes, everybody, okay? Here's my action challenge for you all to take advantage of. If you've got any comments, please just drop it in the, any feedback or anything at all that you've heard so far, just drop it in the comments box. I'd love to hear from you. Before the next 7 steps that I'll do, I'll be doing another one very shortly. You'll see when it drops in. Commit to the calm method in one real conversation. Staying calm, staying curious, and when objections arise, don't rush to sell or defend. Don't rush to sell or defend. Use the clarify, use the acknowledgement, use the link to value for them, and then also move forwards of what you can do from the qualification questions that you've been asking them. You've got to be prepared before you go into that meeting, everybody. Okay. So there's your actions challenge, right? So before our next little online or any time over the next week or next month, commit to using the calm method in one of the real conversations you're going to have. And stay calm and stay curious. Take your time, get to know the person really well, find out the solution that they want and require. So thanks very much for watching and for listening to me this evening. You can replay this back on LinkedIn. It's also on my YouTube channel. Please head over to my YouTube. It's Lee Foster Official. There's many more business sparks and insights on there as well. And if you'd like to hear more of these Lee's 7-step sales moments, I deliver them at my branch meetings across Scotland. And I also share a few of them with my online format with the RBC, the Revitalized Business Club virtual or branch meetings that's available. If you want to find out more about that, I'm going to give you a little gift. Is the RBC Discovery Pass. You get 2 entries to either 2 online, or if you're local in Glasgow or Scotland, you can come along to Renfrewshire, Glasgow or East Kilbride as my guest. The RBC Discovery Pass gives you 2 guest tickets to come to either online or an in-person and online event. All you need to do is message me through LinkedIn or YouTube, or just send me a message directly on here, and I'll ping you over the link to fill in your complimentary RBC Discovery Pass to come along and join me and the wonderful business owners and business professionals in the RBC. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for many more Lee's 7 Steps Sales Moment. Thanks, everybody. See you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now. If you've got any comments, just drop it in there. Thanks very much. Any feedback you've got, that'd be great. Thank you.